Yeah, you head coach Chris Wilkerson, the team coming off a loss against Southeast Missouri this past weekend. They are on the road at Charleston Southern in the second ever matchup between the teams. So, coach, thoughts about your team? Then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, certainly disappointed, frustrated, upset with the way that we started the football game as a team. It's really inexcusable at this point in time, week 8, game 7, to turn the football over 6 times and give up the number of massive big plays that we did, and really didn't give ourselves much of a chance. But you got to tip the hat to SEMO. They were able to throw and catch. They were able to run the football. They were able to pressure our quarterback. They were able to take the football away. So, you tip the hat to Coach Tuke and SEMO. Long day for us. As we've said before, there's no time to dwell. We've got to value the football more as a team, and we've got to limit explosive plays going forward. We cannot continue to beat ourselves. And this week presents another huge challenge. We've got to travel all the way to Charleston, South Carolina, and play against a very fast and physical, violent, very well coached football team in Charleston Southern. So I'm very disappointed with our performance on Saturday, and we have got to make some massive corrections as we move forward.
Thanks, coach. We'll go to some questions. Dan's with us. Go ahead, Dan.
Coach, you just mentioned going to Charleston, South Carolina. What's kind of your itinerary for that?
Yeah, so we'll do our Friday practice routine and meetings here, and then we will head out to the airport here locally, and we'll fly. It's only about an hour and a half flight, hour and 45 minutes. We'll land in North Charleston somewhere around 5 o'clock in the evening on Friday, and we'll go straight to the hotel. It's not too far from the airport. Stay the night, do our final team meetings, and wake up the next day and have basically a normal game day operation as if we were on the road at a hotel. We get up, we have breakfast, pregame meal, final meetings, board the buses, head over there, and then right after the game, we'll head to the airport and hopefully fly back, weather permitting.
I know we talked a lot about Mason Miller this year, but what's really impressed me is the hang time that he has. What do you see?
Yeah, just really to be honest with you, consistency has been the biggest thing with Mason. We really haven't been very consistent as an offense or a defense and some of our special teams, but Mason has been very consistent. He showed up every single day. He's continued to make plays. He's continued to improve. And yes, you're correct. Just individually, certainly the distance is good, but the hang has really allowed us to attempt to cover kicks. And another guy that's kind of on that unit, Chris Sharp, has done a really nice job getting downfield and trying to make some plays and force some disruptions. We were able to steal a possession because of one of Mason's big kicks on Saturday, and that certainly gave us an opportunity. But again, with the 3 takeaways that we had as a team, we were able to only generate 3 points offensively, and that's just not good enough.
I also want to ask you about Drew Schiller. I know you've known Drew and his family for a while, and I know last year he kind of lost some confidence with a miss kicked and was replaced, but he's really rebounded this year.
He has. Drew's done a really good job, and he really focused on consistency in his plant and being able to lift the football a little more in preseason. And he's been really pretty steady. I think he's got 2 misses on the season, but he's done a great job with kickoffs. He's done a great job with PATs. Certainly done an above average job with our field goals. And I know that he works really, really hard at it, and he'll just continue to improve. And I look forward to watching him continue to grow and improve as a player.
I wanted to ask you about Connor Wolf's health.
Yeah, it's day to day. He started the game on Saturday and he was unable to finish. Just couldn't torque and throw the football, drive the football down the field. He's battling some sore ribs, and it's just been very difficult for him to stand out there if he's going to continue to take hits, and certainly if he doesn't have the zip on the football and he can't protect himself, we have to get him out of the football game. And so that's kind of where we were in the second half. And Cole certainly did a good job when he's in there with some things that he knows he needs to clean up. But we obviously got our very first look at Brady Ford with his first college snaps.
Got one more question for you. At this point of the season, you're starting to see some guys that maybe didn't play earlier in the year that are getting more time now. Who do you see as kind of maybe being a contributor this second half from that group?
Yeah, I think on the offensive line, a guy like John Ariano is a guy that has stepped up. He's played multiple positions for us. If you go to our wide receiver core, Landers Green is a guy that has started to see the field just a little bit more for us. And in the secondary, Moses Alexander's finally got his legs underneath him, and he'll start to see a lot more time outside at corner. But again, guys are are working hard, and we've just got to do a better job being more consistent with our ability to execute in all three phases.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, we talk a little bit more about your opponent. They sort of did the reverse of what you're doing. They went to Western last week, and they ended a 13-game conference losing streak there. So, thoughts on them?
Yeah, they really did, and Coach does a phenomenal job. They play really hard. Last year they came here and it was a knockdown, drag out, weird ending. Some random rule with they blocked a field goal, but it was an illegal touch, and that allowed us to convert and go forward and have another opportunity to line up and kick that field goal. So it was a really well played game, physical. They're extremely well coached. They are violent, aggressive. I like to call them organized chaos on defense. They get in and out of more looks, and they've got more playmakers, in the front six, and then they're long and athletic, and they do a really good job changing their coverages in the back end. So again, we've got our hands full. We have just got to be able to, take care of the football and sustain some drives, and we've got to be able to finish drives. But then offensively, again, their quarterback has really helped them be a little bit more consistent. He's done a phenomenal job, I think, growing and learning and getting more comfortable with the offense. He's surrounded by playmakers. I know they got a couple young guys on the O-line, but they've gotten better and better and better as well. So they look like a football team that has gotten a lot better to me. They've been very competitive in every single game, for the last 2 years. And anybody that they played, Coastal Carolina, it's only 13-0. They play Vanderbilt, they're competitive. They play everybody in our league, it's competitive. And so, I'm sure that was big for them to get a breakthrough win on the road in the conference last week. And Macomb is not an easy place to go to and not an easy place to play. So I'm sure they're very excited. I think it's their homecoming. And like I said, we've got our hands full, but we've just got to worry about ourselves, and we've got to improve as a football team.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time this morning. Best luck this weekend. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks a million, Kyle. Go Panthers.